Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Have you heard that Russian Navy in the Far East, in the Pacific Fleet, I think they call it, was on high alert? Okay, if you didn't, this is an article that will build on that, and I use it just to show you how many vessels and what kind of manpower, and not only, the Russians still have. We are told almost daily by the free mass media here in the West that the Russians, do not have any more personnel to fight. Their weapons are garbage and they run out of ammunition. Missiles, rockets are already depleted. So they basically are garbage. But somehow they are capable of conducting an exercise, some drills in the Pacific. And you will be surprised on the number of ships involved in that and number of personnel. I'm guessing those are just, mirage for us. Like Vlad Impaler put, trunks of trees dressed in people to scare the Turks or something, as the legend claims. So, let's see what's going on here. Associated Press. This is from today, April 17th, 2023. Putin hails Russian Navy's performance in Pacific drills. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Monday hailed the military's performance during massive naval drills that have involved the entire Russian Pacific Fleet, a show of force amid the tensions with the West over the fighting in Ukraine. I think that was done for Taiwan, you tards. But anyway, to show his support for the Chinese. But anyway, what do I know? Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu reported to Putin that the exercise that began Friday involves 167 warships, 167 warships, including 12 submarines, 89 aircraft, and 25,000 troops, decoys, I guess, right? As part of the drills, Russia's nuclear-capable long-range strategic bombers will, and I'm quoting, fly over the central part of the Pacific Ocean to imitate strikes against groups of enemy ships, Shoigu said. In central part of Pacific, so it means this midway, Asia and American continent. Speaking during Monday's meeting with Shoigu, Putin praised the Navy's high-level, end quote, performance and said that similar drills should be held in other areas. Yes, in the Gulf of Mexico somehow you just go around and South America and then you go over there, okay? And then would go to the Atlantic fleet meeting the Pacific fleet. The Defense Ministry has declared that sectors in the southern part of the Sea of Okhotsk, the Peter the Great Bay of the Sea of Japan, and the Avaka Bay on the southeastern coast of the Kamchatka Peninsula would be closed to sea and air traffic for the duration of practice torpedo and missile launches and artillery exercises. Hey, do you still have torpedoes and missiles? What are you talking about? The ministry said the drills were intended to, and I'm quoting, test the Pacific Fleet's readiness to repel aggression, end quote. The ministry described the briefing as a show of Russia's, and I'm quoting, voluntary transparency. Flexing muscles, that's what it is. And again, we can have people claiming that that's piece of garbage, rusty material, and nothing more. So let them have it. But that is, again, delusional. And again, they will ask a question in a few years when they're going to say, how did the Chinese and the Russians got together so close? Well, we were busy in Iraq, right? And in Syria, Afghanistan, Libya, 1999 in Yugoslavia. So you were busy with little fish because you pushed little fish around, not alone, with your coalitions, because you're courageous. I said this many times. Isn't it interesting? No unilateral attack. It's just in coalitions. So they say, hey, we've been more than one. Well, you could be more than one and be wrong. I met a lot of people thinking that truth is based on democracy. That is, if we are in a room, let's say 100 people, and let's say 98 say, I don't know, the Earth is a square. Let's put it this way: not a square, a cube. All right. So the planet is a cube, and there are 98 of them, and two say, actually, it looks like a sphere to me. Just because you got the 98 and you got the 2 on this side here, because you have the 98, they say, hey, you're the only 2, man. Look at, we're 98 here. We must be true. Everybody says that. Well, this is how they try to change truth into a democratic voting based on idiots sometimes. Okay, so democracy is not a teller or a determinant of truth. Okay, searching for the truth is a determinant of reality and truth. Okay, not how people vote. Okay, because otherwise you remember, and I use this all the time, if you remember Galileo Galilei's story or Giordano Bruno's story, both of them, well, check it out for me and see how many believed what these two guys believed or knew, and how many did not. And what was the argument? You're just a bunch of deluded over there. We have the majority and we have the scripture right here. All right, so what do you want? And besides, they were also using a little theory which was wrong, if you remember that one, right? So anyway, in this case, the Russians have it. They still have military, and they're just flexing their muscles over there, showing that, hey, we're ready, and we're ready to do this kind of drills in other parts of the world. What do you think Putin had in mind? Somewhere in Indian Ocean or something? Or in, I don't know, in, how should I put it, next to Antarctica? I don't think so. I think a little bit closer towards east from where they just held these drills. Should the United States be concerned? Yes and no, but maybe you should be on guard, that's all. You shouldn't be concerned, but you shouldn't discard it like garbage, as they do in Ukraine, at least in the open. Because in reality, I'm pretty sure they know what time it is. So it's just in the open they play, okay, all right, okay. But anyway, this is it. I'm pretty sure the Russians will come closer to the American shores just to create panic and just to provoke. And I foresee that happening this year, maybe once or twice. And I'm waiting for them to cause a little bit of stir when they're going to be doing a little bit of, how should I put it at? Some agreements with Nicaragua and Cuba. I'm waiting for that. For some, I don't know, some military equipment transfer, if you know what I mean, in Cuba and Nicaragua. And you're going to see how the Americans are going to jump like their ass is on fire. Say, what? Our security, there's a threat, national security, we got to do something. But hey, you having weapons and rockets and all that in Romania and Poland towards Iran, we should be calm. And if Ukraine wants to become a NATO member state and you can deploy your missiles towards, again, Iran, we should be just A-okay. Why? Because you're the good guy and you never did anything wrong. Okay? You never bombarded anybody, and if you did, it was to bring democracy and punish the bad dudes. Why? Because we all voted you to be in charge. We all did. So we love democracy. Sometimes. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.